of the people, by the people, for the people, which in essence means that democracy is people-centered and people-driven.
At another time, it looks a little bit contentious.
Benue State is fast becoming the land where the voice of the blood of the innocent is crying for justice. The question is, who is ready to deliver justice to this blood of the innocent being spilled continually in Benue State and stop further senseless killings in Benue State? This is the puzzle we attempt to fix in our conversation today. I am Laju Awala and welcome to this week's edition of the program. This week, today coming to you live on your award-winning radio station, Rise 106.7 FM. And of course, we are broadcasting to you from the oil-rich city of Warri here in Delta State. And once again, that is how I welcome you to the program. I have joining me on the show today via the phone from the federal capital, Abuja, a citizen of Benue State, comrades Danu Andrew. Hello, good evening, comrade, if you can hear me.
Good evening, Mr. Awala.
And of course, with me here in the studio is my regular guest on the show, Reverend Louis Sofalabi. Reverend, good evening. It's good to have you on the show.
Good evening, Laju. Sober moment.
Okay, I'll just come to you, Comrade Andrew. You are from Benue State. I want you to first give us an understanding of what is going on in that state at the moment.
Okay. Once again, good evening, Nigeria. Good evening, Mr. Awala. Good evening, my very reverend. What is going on in Benue State is a total genocide. If you begin to trace the history of what is going on in Benue, it all started from 2012, where Agatu local government were being attacked, and the attack has been continued since that 2012 till date. So what is going on in Benue State is a land grabbing. That is what is going on in Benue State. Thank you very much. Hello.
Trying to grab whose land in Benue State, because we see a lot of the heinous and senseless killings going on in the state.
Mr. Awala.
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
Okay, sorry, can you come again with the question?
Yes, I say when you claim that what is going on in Benue State is some sort of land grabbing attempt, I said, who is trying to grab whose land? Because we see a lot of the senseless killing going on in the state at the moment.
Okay, the land grabbing is by planning enhancement, not any other group of people. The attempt of land grabbing is by plan enhancement. They are the one attacking Benue since 2012. And the attack started from Agatu local government. Up to date, since then the Agatu has been experienced series of attacks. Now the attack has been spread to other parts of the state, like Apa local government, Logo, West, and other parts. Almost all parts of the state are being attacked by Fulani herdsmen. So what is going on in Benue State is genocide by Fulani herdsmen and land grabbing by them. They are the ones.
We were told of, we saw the reports of the killings that happened recently. Can you give us a chronicle of these various attacks that has happened this year? Is it just the recent one that has happened, and what is the number that is being reported to you by your people on the numbers that have been killed in Benue State?
Okay, you have to be specified with the specific the place being attacked, because the attack in Benue is not just in one place. You know, these people that coordinated their attack, once they are carrying out attack in one local government, they are equally carrying out attack in our other places. So we have to be specific with the particular place. Then I will give you the figure.
No, the question I've put to you is, I said the last attack reported, we were meant to understand that over 200 people were killed in that particular attack. Is that the only attack that has happened in Benue State this year? Are there other attacks that have also happened this year where people were killed in such a surprising number in Benue State?
Only this month alone, Benue have experienced almost 7 attacks in different communities. 7 attacks in different communities. Ediku community had an attack. Ijaha, Ikobi had an attack. Alede had an attack, and several other places. But the recent one, even in less than 2 days ago, less than 48 hours, there is attack. After President Bola Ahmed Tinubu left Benue, there was attack in Benue State.
Are you saying that after the recent visit of President Tinubu to Benue State, which followed the killing of over 200 individuals in Benue State, there've been another attack again where people were killed in the state? And I can recall, just to add to the response, that President Tinubu in that visit was gave an order to the Inspector General of Police and the Army Chief to stop further attack and make sure they bring the perpetrators to book. You mean after that order and the visit of the president, there's been another attack again?
Yes, there was an attack yesterday, and this attack happened to be in the community of Secretary of Federation, Judge Akume. I think the Sahara report even carried it out. It's all over the social media. There was an attack yesterday in Benue State.
Okay, I'll allow you to stay put. I'll bring Reverend Louis of Labi into the conversation. And Reverend, tell me, what do you think is going on in Benue State at the moment?
Ben, what is going on, Mr. Laju, from what I have seen, is that there's a total, on the plateau of politics, there's a total loss of will by the leadership of the nation to protect lives and properties. On the plateau of politics, I also see the military, the security agencies as a whole, also having loss of will to fight the insecurity that is in Nigeria. That's what I have seen. What is playing out is simple politics. That's just the game that is going on. It's like you know who is doing what is going on, but no arrest. Just as Mr. President asked that rhetoric question, because I saw it as a rhetoric. It was very rhetorical, and no arrest has been made. And you saw the IG stood up and he was smiling. I mean, for crying out loud, such quantum of attack, at least there should have been an element of resistance from the military, but you don't have resistance. So something is wrong somewhere. That's my take. It's not about Benue alone. I remember as far back as 2017, I posted on my Facebook page, based on what was happening in Southern Kaduna, after doing an analysis of what happened there, I came out of my Facebook. I said, with what I see and what I know, every community should have a standing army to protect itself. Self-defense. And I don't think the constitution of Nigeria is against self-defense. That's the truth. Because that's 2017. And how many years after? 8 years after. The situation has not changed. Is it Delta State? Are we immune from the attack? No, we are not immune. Is it Enugu? Is Enugu immune from attack? No. Is it Anambra? No. Is it Edo State? No. Is it Plateau? Just now, 48 persons were reported killed in Plateau State. The same manner. And yet you have military operations here and there. So something is missing.
Okay,
something is really missing.
Reverend, I'll come back to you, but Comrade Adanu Andrew, I know you have first-hand information. You are an indigene of the state, and your people there, they are telling you quite a lot as far as what is going on is concerned. And you have a reverend gentleman in the state now who is the governor of the state. There was a time where you had the former governor Samuel Autumn who tried putting some things in place to see how he could curb the situation, the insecurity in the state, trying to bring in some sort of vigilante, neighborhood watch and all of that. Currently, tell us, what is the governor doing to save the situation in Benue State? Because 2 lives appears to be too many to be lost in Benue State, and the killings appear to be ongoing.
Well, according to the governor, he's saying he's trying his best. But unfortunately, the governor is not, his best is not yielding any fruitful result. And 2, he's being political. In this kind of situation, you don't need to be political. You need to take action. On several occasions, governor has came up and said that those behind this killing are National Assembly members. They are in Abuja. And he refused to mention their names. In this kind of situation, he is a governor. He is the executive governor of Benue State. He is the security officer of the state. He cannot be playing politics with the life of the people. And 2, from my own aspect, the governor is a kind of economical with the truth. He's not giving out what actually is happening. If truly he knows those are behind these killings, why not come out and mention their name, brought them out, so that the people will know that these are the people that are responsible for the killing. So from my own aspect, the governor is not trying to solve this current situation.
Okay, let me still stay with you as far as the governor is concerned. Sorry, Comrade Adanu. Let me still stay with you, because we know that the job of governors and security agencies, their jobs is not to come out and blow whistle to tell us they know who is responsible for A and B. Their job is to bring whoever that is breaking the law to justice. So the question is the governor acting in a way that shows that he is incapacitated to deliver on his constitutional responsibility, which is to protect lives and property of the people of Benue State?
I have to be frank with you, Mr. Wala. The governor is helpless in this situation. We must be playing with ourselves. Unlike Samuel Orton, the former governor, that stood on his ground and defined the Benue people. For this current administration, they are helpless in these current killings. Thank you.
Okay, before I bring Reverend Louis Afolabi back into the conversation, I'll come back to you again. Sorry. Because when you say the governor is helpless in the current situation, people like me will be taken aback. Because you said in the time of Samuel Otom, the former governor of Benue State, he did quite a lot of practical solutions to save the life of Benue people. That is according to you. But this governor appears to be helpless. Some people will say, how do you mean? Because this governor is of the APC stock and is of the APC, and the government at the center is also the APC government. But you had the Samuel Otom who was in the PDP, and the government at the center then was of the APC. One would think that the current administration of Governor Alia should even get more support in dealing with the situation, since he's in the same party with the government at the center.
Well, I said it's helpless because those that the governor is accusing are of APC too. In that regard, the governor is helpless.
Okay, still stay on the line. I'll come back to you again. Reverend Louis Afolabi, it's quite a difficult puzzle to put together. When you say a governor of an APC stock is helpless in dealing with a security situation in his own state, when the government at the center is also of the APC, one would expect that he is going to get all the support. In fact, you remember Governor Sheriff Oborevwori, one of the reasons he crossed the carpet from the PDP to the APC that they told us here in Delta State was that they wanted to get more support from the government at the center. But yeah, we are hearing a citizen of Benue State saying that a governor of the APC is not getting enough support from the government at the center, who is also of the APC.
What happened under Otom was that Otom was of PDP. He was of the opposition. And being of the opposition, the only way he would have also shown that he's in the opposition was to make sure that he took the step that he took. You know that the center was not happy with Otom. The steps he took was not enjoying the blessings of the center. Several times he cried to Buhari for help. And there appeared to be this nonchalant attitude from then President Muhammadu Buhari to his plea. He was like a crying and weeping governor shouting for help. So he had to take the steps he took by making sure that there was an anti-grazing law, and there was this vigilante group that at a point they came after his life. They attacked him. Again, upon this element attacked him, and nothing was done from the federal government. Now the current governor is of the same party that never gave Otom support. Tactically or tacitly, it means the government at the center appeared to be playing lip service to this security in Benue State. I stand to be corrected, but what I saw play out in the little clips I watched for the presidential visit to Benue, I saw politics at work. The Totif had to disabuse the narrative that the president came with, and he was very blunt that what we are having here are issue of headers coming to grab land, and it was point blank. While the president came with the reconciliation, how can you reconcile with people who are killing you? And the man made that point. So I expected, that was what made the president probably to make that outburst, and no arrest have been made. I get that point. And the IG stood up and it was like almost, I would call that smiling. So what are we talking about? So politics, I saw politics play out. Is that the president is playing politics, the IG is playing politics, or the service chiefs are all playing politics about what at the expense of people's life? So that's what I'm saying. They appear to be. It seems from all indication that there is on the plateau of politics, there's a loss of will on the part of the government to protect the lives of Nigerians.
We allow those listening to us to be part of the conversation now. To join in the conversation, the number to call is 09128784237. 09128784237. That is the number to call to join in the conversation. Also remember, we are streaming the program live for you on our Facebook page. It's facebook.com/Rise FM Radio. So you can go there, you see the video live. You can also join us in the conversation there, and we'll see how we can do your comments on the show. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. Please, your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, my name is Silva. I'm calling from Benue.
Okay, quickly if you can.
I'm trying to, I'm looking at this conversation is going. We're talking of life. We're looking at Let us know that.
Okay, yeah, thank you very much. The phone line is still open and you can still do well to call. The number is still 09128 784237. 09128784237. So the moment you call, tell us your name, where you're calling from, and just go straight to the point. Let me come back to you now.
Good evening, sir.
Okay, hello, good evening.
I'm Mr. Terry calling from the Gary district, sir.
Okay, quickly if you can.
The thing is that, let me tell you the truth. If you come to your home, one, twice, you finally decide how to prevent and how to push it.
Sorry, can you speak out a little? I can't hear you clearly.
I said, for example, if a thief is coming to your house, attack you once, twice, or two times, you will make a way to defend it so that that thief will not come to your home again. What is happening in Benue State, the governor, the president, the House of Assembly, they know the truth. They know how to defend Benue. But just the person that see people there, look at your water, not at 200 feet. Are there animals? Are there flies? Are there bees? We cannot even kill the goat. For that matter, not at 200. They know what to do. They know the right. They know how to defend. They know how to. The government itself know what to do, but they don't want to do it. I do this politics is a wicked politics. This regime is a wicked regime. So to say that. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Like I told you earlier, we are streaming the program live for you on our Facebook page, so you can go there, facebook.com/Rise FM Radio. In case you try calling our studio line and it's not connecting, because quite a number of people are trying to call at the moment. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, please. Your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, this is Stanley calling from Delta State Perspective.
Okay, quickly if you can.
Yeah, sorry. Concerning what is happening in the country, not only Benue State, such a thing happen all over the country in Nigeria. So what I was just saying that the government or our leader, it's like they know what they are doing. Because if they don't know what they are doing, if it's about some issue, maybe if it's with, I think that one of their family, they kill one of their family, maybe they kill one of their relationships, they will know the next action to do. It's because of it's not one of their family. All their family is in abroad, not in Nigeria. If I say that one of their family or one of their maybe relationship that they're involved in that activity, then I know that by now the person that did this will be provided. I know that the governor or the president of the state will give an alarm that they should provide that person. So what I'm just saying about the constitution of Nigeria is that it should not just help us in this nation. Because even our leaders fail us sometimes. So we just pray to God, just help us. That is all. Thank you.
Okay, before I come back to the phone line, don't worry, just in case you're trying to call, I'm not doing your call at the moment. Go straight to our Facebook page and drop your comment there. I'll do well to take as many comments as possible as we continue with the conversation. But I need to bring Comrade Andrew Adanu back into the conversation. He's a citizen of Benue State and is joining us from the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. Comrade Andrew, I'm sure you've listened to quite a number of the comments we've gotten from our callers. But let me come straight to you on what the citizens of Benue State are doing and are telling the governor at this point in time, because it appears they are the one bearing the brunt, not directly the governor. Are you people sitting aloof, expecting the governor to do something, or the citizens are speaking to the governor and are putting modalities in place to make sure the governor do what he's supposed to do and do what they want him to do?
Oh, Mr. Weller, the challenge of Benue citizens now is that the government of the day asks us not to take law into our hands, including defending ourselves. Those communities that try to find an alternative to defend themselves, they send army, police to search them. arrest some of them and detain them of doing that. That is the dangerous thing that is happening in Benue State. We are helpless. We can't defend ourselves. That is the problem we are facing. A lot of young men that stood up that they want to defend their community has been arrested and detained by the government of the day. Even to publicize the killing is an attack to the government. They don't want the world to hear and or to know what is going on in Benue State. That is our basic challenge right now.
Comrade Adanu, we are in a democracy, and it's not about what the government want the people to say. It is about the people knowing their constitutional responsibility and putting the facts out there. So are you saying that the people of Benue State are not enlightened enough to know how to put the facts out there and take advantage of constitutional provision to stop the killings in Benue State?
Yes, we the Benue citizens, we know our right and we know the constitutional right, but we can't fight the government. When the government says, don't do this, and you want to do it, those that, I told you earlier that those that make the attempt to defend themselves have been arrested and detained. So others don't want to fall victim of such. That is the basic.
How often have the people of Benue State possibly staged a peaceful protest in line with the Constitution to get the government to protect them? Because the number one responsibility of government is to protect lives and property. That is the primary responsibility of government. Every other thing that government does, including construction of roads, building of schools, they are all secondary. The primary responsibility of government in line with the Constitution is to protect lives and property. And if any government is seen to be failing in this regard, it behoves on the citizens to whip the government back into line, in line with the Constitution, not violently. So are you people taking advantage of that? Or what you are saying is that since the government has proven that it's not ready to defend the people, everybody should sit aloof and be ready to be slaughtered in their house?
Mr. Awala, I'm from Zone C part of Benue State. And in Zone C, we have taken a serious steps of protest to let the government of the day know that our people are being killed on daily basis. But whenever such attempt being made, they will send policemen to attack the peaceful protesters. And that has been happening on several occasions when the citizens decided to protest. What sustained the last Sunday protest was the coming of VDN. I don't know if you are current with the happening. And before VDN came, the government of the day sent policemen to scatter the protesters before VDN intervened. So it was from the coming of VDN that makes the world to know what is actually going on in Benue State.
I'm sorry, Comrade Adanu, then it's going to become surprising to quite a number of people too on the mindset and the disposition of the citizens of Benue State. Because if it had to take a single man to come to Benue State to make the world know what is going on in Benue State, then are you saying that that single man is more than the entire citizen of Benue State? What step did that man take that the average citizens of Benue State, whose family members, kids and kin are being slaughtered in their sleep, cannot actually take?
The Benue State citizens are being silenced by the government of the day. That is just the simple truth. We can't protest. I've told you several attempts of protest that the government of the day shut it down.
Okay, okay, stay on the line. I'll come back again to you. Let's allow those listening to join again in the conversation. The number again to call is 09128784237. 09128784237. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Lajo.
Yeah, good evening.
The resource person there, good evening. Thank you very much. I also want to commend the resource person there. He has spoken well. You see, Mr. Lajo, what is playing right there in Benue State is totally politics. The governor's hands are tied. Even the security agent's hands are also tied. It's totally politics. I want to say, for instance, when it happened in Abraka Delta State, because the governor is not a compromiser, he took action, something happened. Nobody can, no group, no banditry can fight the government. So what is going on in the country, not even Benue State, all over the country, is totally politics, and it's very bad. I want to advise my people in Benue State, let them leave the state for the governor. Let them leave so that, because their hands are tied. If they carry ammunition now, they say, oh, self-defense. They will not say self-defense. You'll be arrested. Let them leave the state for him. That's all. Thank you very much.
Okay, we are still doing your calls, and remember again, we are streaming the program live for you on our Facebook page. It's facebook.com/Rise FM Radio. Facebook.com/Rise FM Radio. You go there, you get to see the video live, and you can join us in the conversation there. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, Laju.
Yeah, good evening, please. The name and where you're calling from. Okay, you can do well to call back. But Reverend Louis of Labi, I'll come straight to you. So if you try calling the studio line, because quite a number of persons are calling that same line now, and you can't connect, just go straight to our Facebook page. You see the video live, so you can drop your comment there, and we do well to take it as the conversation progresses. But Reverend, when people are saying what is going on, okay, hello, good evening. Yes, good evening, please. The name and where are you calling from?
Good evening to you. This is organization. I call it from Ikwere, Agbaru.
Okay, quickly if you can.
Yeah, Laju, the question that you were asking the man just now, the man was trying to tell you many times that they have tried to make a sense to defend yourself, but the government keep on suppressing them. The government keep on suppressing them that they should not take any attempt for them to give themselves self-defense. So the question that you are trying to ask the man just now, how many times have they protested? Even the man on the phone just now, he was almost angry. But he keep on telling you that look how many times that they are trying to make attempt for them to protect themselves, but the government keep on suppressing them. So they should come out and tell us the kind of politics that they are playing with Benue State. It is life of people that are going. What are we saying? It is life of people. All these ones that are evil happening, are they not enough for them to withdraw every open grazing? This thing has already been passed into law. Look at the one that happened in Taraba State of President now. Do they want them to flush out the whole country there before they will act? Something that has already been passed into law. Please, all these things should be irritating to me.
Okay, yeah, thank you very much. The lines are still open. The most important thing is that we must find a way to get a solution to this, and the government must find a way to stop the bloodletting and the senseless killing going on in Benue State. Reverend Louis of Labi, one of the things that people keep talking about, and you appear to agree, is that what is going on is politics. Are you saying that because of political interest, the government at the center and the government of Benue State are not having enough will to deal with the situation in Benue State, or the government in itself and the security agencies don't have the capacity to deal with the security situation in Benue State?
You see, the governor is the chief security officer of his state, but the security chiefs that are working with him in the state don't receive order from him. I think a particular something like police commissioner also told the governor that I don't receive order from you. I receive order from IG, and IG receive order from the commander in chief of the armed forces. So by and large, when they say governor is the chief security officer of the state, his hands are tight. to the extent that he cannot issue order from the commander that can be carried out by the various commanders that are within his state. They will still need to receive order from above. And when the situation order from above tells you don't act, what do you do? That's the truth. When the order from above say don't act, what do you do? So it becomes a situation where you must devise, like I said in one of your programs when he had to do with Delta State, I said we must micromanage our security situation. That's the truth. Every community must now devise a means to ensure that they micromanage a station, in the sense that who comes in, who are you, how do you acquire land, how do you occupy the place. You must begin to interrogate within our various communities. Today is Benue, tomorrow it could be Delta, tomorrow it could be Ondo, tomorrow it could be Edo, and so we need to nip these things in the bud. What I must say, because I do not know what time Benue in this program, is to make this point that first of all, the ranching must be adopted by law, so that people will not come under the guise of cattle rearing and cause confusion. If you want to do your cattle business is a business. You should not come under the guise of coming with cattle to a community and create problem. When you come, you get your land and do a ranching. You know where your location of your ranch is. You know the business of ranching is a multi-billion naira business. A lot of things to be made out of it. So that's the way. But as long as you allow this open grazing, people will come from even other countries of the world or West African countries into Nigeria with cattle. Remember this what they call cattle routes. Remember what they call ruga. All these things were all political means of ensuring that these elements are settled. But each time they come out with it, people will resist. Each time they come out, they will resist. So probably they have gone to a point whereby they fold their hands.
Benue State is part of northern Nigeria.
Yes, sir.
And we saw what happened in Edo State the other time.
Yes, sir.
Where a couple of citizens of the country, but from the northern part of the country, were brutally killed or murdered in Edo State,
yes,
condemned by everybody in the country. You saw the way the northern political and the elites, particularly including the southern of Kaduna, everybody came out with their full weight, all the governors, to condemn that issue, and it forced the governor of Edo State to go to the north, and we saw the different visits and moves that were made to quell possibly a reprisal and to pacify this northern elite as far as this issue is concerned. Why does it appear that the situation in Benue State and Plateau State is not receiving the same attention by majorly the elites in the northern part of the country?
I'm telling you now, that's lay credence to the fact that there's politics about this issue. That's the truth. It means there's a subtle or tacit support to this element that are grabbing land from this by this same northern elites. They know. Nobody can tell me that they are not aware. They do not know the people that are behind this. They are not ghosts, for crying out loud. They are not spirits. They are people of flesh and blood. I get a point. Operating. You see them on social media. They come out and tell you they boast, they brag. They even threaten. There's a video made by one young man and say, you must, if you want to have peace in Benue, you must allow us to settle here. We've been long in this place. We have come part and parcel of you. The video is trending. You remember there was this Ghana, a militant in Benue. He had an interview with Channels Television before he was killed. He said they were contacted as militants to cause trouble. He was given the mandate to cause trouble in Taraba. And he bargained for 1 billion. But they settled for 350 million naira for him. He said he will not collect it. So the question is, who collected the 350 million naira when Ghana refused to collect it? So you see, and he said the reason I need is that I need the money to be able to penetrate the security system. Okay. So Laju, there are so many things that will not say on air.
Yeah, that's the truth. Yeah, let me bring Comrade Adanu back into the conversation. Comrade Adanu, one of the things that can likely discourage things like this from going on and also put some kind of fear in the minds of those who carry out this kind of heinous attack is when high-placed members of society come out to speak against it and also throw their weight fully behind these victims and see how they can stop it from going on. Tell me, how much of support are the people of Benue State getting from the northern elites? Is it being given some sort of religious and ethnic twist that it should not be given? The northern elites, are they coming out fully across religious and ethnic lines to condemn these attacks and killings and also find a way to lend their support?
Well, the northern governors and the elite, it is unfortunate that none of them has come out to condemn what is going on in Benue State. Like what Very Reverend said, is totally politics, and they know what is happening. Those in power knows what is happening. The government of the day know what is happening. If government want to put an end to what is happening today, they will do it. But let me shock you. What is happening in Benue today? If these people succeeded in conquering Benue State, to take over Benue State, they will move to other parts of Nigeria.
Yeah.
It's not going to stop in Benue State.
Yeah.
Benue State is just like the waist of human being that connects the head and the legs together. The moment that they succeeded in Benue State, the other part of the country will just be a minor thing. If you remember, if you go back to history, Benue State is a stronghold. We are warriors. We are warriors. We stop their jihad. So it's very difficult for them to penetrate Benue State. Our challenge is that the government is not supporting us. If not, they are not difficult for us to put an end to it. The masses can do that. But the government is not supporting the masses. Any attempt to do that, they'll arrest them and detain them. Some of them are being killed. In that regard, the masses' hands are very tight. So the government know what is happening.
So as we begin to wind down on the show today, what do you think that the government, both in Benue State and the government at the center, must begin to do like yesterday to curb the situation and stop the bloodletting in Benue State?
Okay, like what the Chief of Army Staff said, that the army need to train volunteers to defend themselves. If government will come up with such a thing, it will be a very fantastic move to put an end to this. The masses are ready to end these killings. If the government, if they have the backing of the government, because the basic challenge is that whenever they make the attempt to defend themselves, they got arrested and detained. Some of them being killed.
Okay, let's try to have an understanding. I'm sorry because we're running for time. Let's try to have an understanding of some of the thinking surrounding these particular individuals coming out to carry out these heinous crime against the people of Benue State. Do you think there's an element of land grabbing in all of these, where you try to chase the indigenes, the locals of the place away from their land, you take over the place and settle there, then make it to become your own land after the locals and indigenes have been chased out of the place? Does that paint a picture of what these people are trying to achieve?
Yes, what these people are trying to achieve is to grab the land. That is what they are trying to do. These people have been with us for years. They always come during the rainy season and go back during the dry season. So they will come with their family. But this time around, these people did not come with their family. They did not come with their aged persons. They did not come with their children. They only came with their cattle and attack. They destroyed people's farms, products. So the aims of them coming this time around is for land grabbing, not grazing.
Okay, yeah, thank you very much. I think that should be the last we get from you. Reverend, if we can, in 1 minute or 30 seconds, what do you think the government may need to do? And also, studying what is going on in Benue State, if it's actually land grabbing that is the motivating factor behind what is going on, that simply means some other parts of the country are also not immune to what is going on in Benue State, because we also see some land grabbing elements in all parts of the country where the judgment of courts, where age-long pronouncement, all of that are being jettisoned, and it appears Nigeria is gradually sliding into a life in the Stone Age, life in the jungle, survival of the fittest. It appears that is where we are moving on to. So using this situation in Benue State, what do you think the government must do, and what must they also do to prevent occurrence or replication of same in other parts of the country?
Laju, number one, land grabbing has taken place already in Southern Kaduna. They have changed community names already. Plateau, they have changed community names already. As they kill and people run away, they settle and they change the names. Go and find out. This is how they are facts on the ground. So the case that you are talking about is already taking place. What the government needs to do is, first and foremost, stop open grazing as a policy in Nigeria, as a law. Let open grazing. Cattle business is a big time business. Poor men don't go into cattle business. Just like poor men don't go into petroleum business. Poor men don't go into hotel business. They buy land. Rich men buy land, do hotel business, buy land, do petroleum business. So anybody going to cattle should not come and use my acreage of farms that I have planted corn, planted things, and then I'm waiting for harvest in one full soup. Cattle just come in and they clear everything. And remember, Benue is the food basket of Nigeria. Very soon, we may be facing serious famine and hunger in Nigeria, because the food basket of Nigeria is under stress. So what the government needs to do, stop open cattle grazing in Nigeria, go into cattle ranching, so that number one, there will not be people who hide under the guise of moving cattle and causing problems within communities in Nigeria. That's number one step. Then number two is that we must be able to establish tenancy and establish ownership. We cannot come in as a tenant, and because you have stayed for over a period of time, you begin to claim ownership.
What about situations where there are even pronouncement by courts, even the highest court of the land make pronouncements, and they still tell you this is not important, this is a mere piece of paper, and they can still go on.
I'm saying that for us not to go the path of the Stone Age, government must step up and ensure that court judgment from the Supreme Court are actually enforced by the security agencies. Otherwise, we may have a situation whereby we'll have all these kind of killings. And today, it is good for those of us. Tomorrow, we do not know where it is.
For you, does it look like we have a government that can do what you just talked about?
Well, like I said, they are playing politics.
Okay, so much we can take on the show today. It's been a conversation with Comrade Dano Andrew, an indigene of Benue State. He joined us via the phone from the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, and of course my regular guest with me here in the studio, Reverend Louis Afolabi. Thanks a lot for being part of it. We are totally out of time, but if you just joined us, you've missed nothing. You can watch the entire show again by going to our Facebook page. You know, that is the experience we want to create for you, that when the show may have ended on air, it should still be ongoing on our social media page. So let's keep the conversation going there and hope that someday we have a government that is going to serve justice to the blood crying for justice in Benue State. We need to stop the bloodletting, and Nigeria must become a land of law and order. Thanks for being part of the conversation today. I am Laju Awala saying bye for now.
Who says life is boring when you got a radio? Rise FM 106.7.
Well of Life Bible Church